he's silly because we were making silly smiles at the father and daughter dance. It was funny. Something funny that my dad does is make jokes. He dances really funny.
He can pop and lock, and so he does that occasionally around the house, so that's always fun.
This is weird too similar. He snaps his fingers while he does it. It's really weird when he dances. Something funny that my dad does is probably when he dances like this in the car, and he's like, yeah, or like that, you know?
The funny thing that my dad does is whenever he's drinking something, he'll go like this, and then he'll swallow his drink. And it's not normal.
Once he did something funny, and he was like, "Ooh."
A funny thing about my dad is that he always smacks his son. The funny thing that my dad does when he always plays soccer, he says, "Masami!" He like goofs around a lot, and he says funny things about like jokes and everything.
It's really funny when he talks about how if you want a car, he'd be like, go get a job, or...
My dad's laugh is pretty funny. Every time my dad laughs, I just want to die of laughter. It's so funny. But it has such a funny laugh.
His laugh, I think it sounds crazy, and I like it.
My favorite thing about my dad is that he gets me lots of Wii games.
My favorite thing about my dad is he's funny and he goes fishing with me.
My favorite thing about my dad is that he is faithful. His faith, like there are things that we'll talk about or pray about, and he believes anything can happen, and so that is definitely one of the things that I admire about him.
He's super smart and he teaches me a lot, and he prays with us before I go to bed.
My favorite thing about my dad is he always studies the Bible with me, and he always shares good things with me and brings me to the store, and he always does very great things, and I like his food and everything that he makes.
My favorite thing about my dad is that he loves me and that he plays with me and my brother, and that he also gives me hugs.
My favorite thing about my dad is he's funny and he's very smart.
I love him, and he lets me go hiking after church.
My favorite thing about my dad is that he's always there for me, and, well, honestly, he takes my sister and me out for food a lot, and we get to go to the movies with him, and he's just a really fun person to hang out with.
My favorite thing about my dad is he's a big teddy bear, and I love to hug him a lot. I always do, even though he tells me to get off him. But
My favorite thing about my dad is how funny he is. My dad's a very funny person. Probably, I don't remember like one day in my life that my dad hasn't like made me laugh. So that's my favorite thing about my dad.
My favorite thing about my dad is that in the morning on Saturdays at 6:30 a.m. he gets up to make me pancakes.
And he's a great person that makes me laugh, and he supports me, and he's very patient. Okay, my favorite thing about my dad is he always calls me woman, and whenever I'm like not doing well in school, he'll always like push me harder to do better and study.
My dad's superpower would be love, and because he loves me and my mom.
If
my dad had a superpower, he would be the Hulk. He wouldn't be green, he would be his skin color.
We went to see the Avengers, and we'll always be like, Hulk is the best. Hulk will crush you. Hulk will kill anybody. And it would be hilarious.
If my dad had a superpower, it would be strong because he has big muscles.
Strong power! My superpower, my dad he always is kissing me wherever I go. He like sneaks up on me and kisses me.
If my dad had a superpower, it would probably be reading minds, because I feel like whenever I'm upset or whenever I'm really happy, like he can already like see it, and then he asks me questions like are you okay? Are you mad or something? And it's really funny because it's like he's reading our minds or something. He already knows what's going on or how we feel.
If he had a superpower, it would be that he never gets tired, because he works so hard and he's never tired. I mean, he gets sleep, he's tired, but he doesn't get tired. He never runs out.
Well, his real superpower is firefighters.